Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian Families collection. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at this brand new Re-ment set that's just come out on the 21st of April 2025. It's the Forest Cake Shop, or Cake Shop in the Forest. Christopher Appleblossom, our baker extraordinaire, is here to help me out with the unboxing. I'm hoping to add some of these pieces to my various bakeries around Sylvania, and of course the Watermill Bakery is a primary candidate. Christopher will be helping us out with demonstrating the scales so we can see how well these Re-ment items scale against Sylvanian Families figures. I've also got one of the older versions of the starter house here which we can set the set up in and see how well it scales in a Sylvanian building. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the outside of this box. So if you aren't familiar with the Re-ment brand, they basically make cute little miniatures that usually scale pretty well with Sylvanian Families. It can be a little bit hit or miss. They're sold as blind boxes, so each of these individual sets could be sold in a blind box, or you can buy them like I have here, which is a whole outer, which has a full set of the 8 different blind boxes in there. I prefer to buy them like this, as usually there's more than one I will like in a set, and more often than not, like this one, I want to get the full set, so it's just a better deal to buy them in the full set straight away than buying the individual blind boxes. I got this through Amazon Japan, and I'll pop the link in the description for you if you are interested. So I alluded to the fact that there's 8 different variants. You can see them all broken out here, each with a different name. I think I mentioned the set itself is called the Forest Cake Shop, and it has this squirrel motif throughout the set, and I just couldn't resist it on that basis, being that Christopher Appleblossom is one of my favourite Sylvanians ever. He is of course a grey squirrel, so just having the squirrel motif on baked goods just made me immediately think of him. Usually the food detailing on Re-ment is really lovely as well, so I'm excited to get these pieces out and take a look. On the top of the box you can see it set up. So within this box there'll be a backing card which you can use to make a small diorama. These are usually pretty nice quality on like a glossy card, and they make for a very cute little setup. There's also paper pieces to fold if you feel so inclined. So here's that counter paper piece. There's that image from the front a bit bigger so you can see the nice details. I love this detailing on the cabinets. Here's another piece to fold and some more close-ups of the pieces inside. I think we looked at the top of the box, and on the bottom it just shows you how to assemble those diorama pieces and also how to open the box. And here's what the box looks like opened up. You can see that there's 8 smaller boxes in here. This is how you'd see the set presented on a shelf if you were buying it from a shop in individual blind boxes. So the boxes themselves, I really like the design on these. Nice big image on the front of the contents. Down both sides you've got all the options. On the back you've got your warnings and that same setup image. Barcodes on the bottom, and then the top just reiterates the name of the set. I've also got the 2 backing pieces out. You can see these were perforated to the outer box, so that is the backing and the flooring. These can be quite nice to put in your Sylvanian houses. Doll's house wallpaper and flooring can be quite expensive, so it's nice that these come free included with the Re-ment sets. The other thing I've noticed from past Re-ment unboxing is these tend to go in an order, so usually it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. So we'll see if that rings true for this one as well. So let's start with this one, and if I'm correct it should be this one here, option number 1, the pound cake. So let's see what's in here. Usually they have a little perforated thumb hole and then you can open it out like this. And yes, that is option number 1. Looks like we've got some building to do. There's also a paper piece in here showing you the one that you've got, showing you the setup, and then here's some paper pieces to go. So we've got some little price signs and also a little sign there to fold. So I think rather than me struggling to open and set up all of these tiny bits and pieces on camera. What I'll do is I'll open it off camera and then show you the kind of end result of the contents of each of the boxes. So here's the pieces that came in this one. So first of all, we've got this shop open sign, which is super elaborate. I love it. It's very cute. Each of these little figures and this piece comes out. There's just little holes for them to sit in. This open sign also just clips on the front here, but I like this because you could use it in other places. Nice and versatile. But it does just clip onto here like that. I love this. Really does look like a wooden stump. Then here's the pound cake. You can see it's got some nice nuts and things on the top there. The icing looks very nice, and then it's got real texture on it that makes it look like cake. And then the last piece is this little tree stump kind of display board plate kind of thing. Love that. It's even got the rings in it like it would for the wood, and the bark looks quite realistic on the outside. And then there's two little cakes here. This one looks quite like a scone to me. And then also this one as well with this nice glaze on the top. Really like this board piece. That's going to be super versatile as well. In terms of scale, we haven't got a counter yet, but Christopher can stand by them, hold them up in his hand. The scale on these looks really good. He looks like he's eyeing that very hungrily. Then onto the next box. So this should probably be this one, number 2, the apple pie. So let's find out. Oh gosh, lots of little pieces in this one. And yes, it's option number 2, apple pie. This looks delicious. It's got some more paper pieces, pricing. Like, that has a picture of each of the little cakes, so it tells you what they are and how much they are. And then there's also this piece as well. Work out what that is in a minute. And here's the pieces this one came with. So there was this cardboard box to fold up. This is the slightly more sturdy cardboard rather than paper. This is not unlike the boxes we get in Sylvanian Family sets. Then there's this teeny tiny see-through plastic fork. Very cute, but very hard for the camera to focus on it. There's then a number of cakes and plates. So there's 4 of these gold plates. One long one here, kind of medium-sized one, and then 2 square ones that are the same. These are nice, great for decoration. Then the main characters themselves, the cakes. So here we have a strawberry eclair. You can see the strawberries in here are super detailed, as is the cream. Looks really realistic, even down to the powdered sugar on the top. That looks absolutely delicious. We then also have a slice of apple pie, and the apple chunks in there again look super realistic. Also really nice coloration to the top and bottom of the pie. Really looks like pastry. Here we have a cherry tart, cherries all around and cherry on top as well there. Again, lovely detailing, looks very realistic. And finally, a cheesecake. This one's probably the least detailed of the 4, but it's still very nicely detailed and really represents what it's trying to be in miniature. Again, with Christopher, the scale looks pretty good. They all look like a very sizable but realistic portion for him. They look similar scale to the Sylvanian cakes. Box number 3 then. And if it's following the pattern, it should be the raspberry cake. Yep. paper pieces here, we've got like a little poster we could stick on the wall and more pricing cards. Oh, it's double-sided as well, that's nice. So then here's those pieces out of the plastic. First of all, we've got another nice card foldable box. I love the branding with the little squirrel, it's very cute. Also love the patterning on this, it's really pretty. That's big enough to hold this cake. So I guess the kind of main piece of this set is this raspberry cake. It comes with another one of these wooden boards, again very nicely detailed. Obviously it's meant to look like wood, it's made of plastic. It's bigger than the other one as well, so you can get a nice variety of sizes. Then here's the raspberry cake. There is a slice that can be removed as well. Love the detail on this. Really, really pretty, and this is very reminiscent of a number of Sylvanian cake accessories in this kind of vein. I don't think it's so different that it would stand out against them either, so I think it will fit in well. Fits very nicely on the board as well. Then we've got the cake scooper thingy. I never remember what this thing's called. It's got some really lovely ornate detail there on the end. Nice metallic gold colour. Then two more of these plates. So we've got another of the medium size and another of the square. Then this one, this is beautifully detailed. This is a millefeuille. I can't pronounce it. It's a French dessert. Means like million sheets or million folds of the pastry. Absolutely delicious, even if I can't say it. Love the strawberry on top as well with a piece of whipped cream. And then finally we have a blueberry tart, personal favourite of mine. I love a good blueberry tart. Looks absolutely delicious, and powdered sugar on there as well as this little sprig of decoration. I just love tiny food, especially tiny cakes, so this set is just ticking all of the boxes for me. Speaking of boxes, let's move on to number 4. So hopefully we should get our first counterpiece and we can get some of these cakes off the floor, because I think that is a food safety violation. Get them into the cabinet. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it is that one. Yes! Yay! Cabinet. And of course some other cakes to go in it as well. This video is just making me very, very hungry. Whoops, smacked the camera as well. So this is lemon cake, the set name. And we've got another lovely poster here. Looks like maybe how to prepare biscuits, or maybe a class. Not sure, I'll Google translate it. And then some more price stickers. Here's these pieces out of the box, and I Google translated this, and it is indeed a sweets making class, so that's very cute detail. So you don't get an awful lot in this one. The main piece is obviously this big counterpiece. So it's got some lovely detailing on the bottom here. Looks like it's carved into the wood. Also goes around the side. Hollow at the back here, and then 2 shelf areas, and you could also put stuff on the top. This shelf doesn't come out, so it might be a little bit fiddly to get the cakes in. We might need some tweezers for that. I think in the Sylvanian equivalent of this shelf does pull out. But it's usually the furniture pieces that are a little bit oddly scaled and can sometimes be a little bit big for the Sylvanians. So if we put Christopher next to it, it is a little bit taller than his head. So if we were piling stuff up on top of it, he might not be able to see around it. But I don't think it looks preposterous. I think it could definitely work. If we pop him behind it, you can see, he can just about see over it. So maybe we'll need to leave a little gap for his face. And then the other pieces you get are another of these gold pieces. This one's more like a tray and the biggest size yet. So you can put multiple cakes on there. Then this is the lemon cake. It's very cute. It is in the shape of a lemon, which I've never seen before in real life. And also the icing on there looks yummy and a nice sprig on the top. There's then 2 of these. They're calling them raisin sandwiches. They look to me kind of like a whoopie pie, but I don't know. They might have different names in different places, but they look very yummy as well. And that's all the pieces that came with this particular set. On to box number 5. So on the other side now, and this one should be this jam cookies, and I think this is the one. This one and this one are my 2 favourites from the set. I probably should have said that at the start. But yes, these are the 2 I love the most. I love the little basket in this one. So let's see if we're right. Yay! So here's this one. And it comes with more price tags and a nice little, I think that folds into the basket to make it look like it's got some fabric in there. Here's the pieces out of the plastic. So you get this adorable basket, and this is going to be so versatile in my setups. I love this piece. Really does look woven and wicker. Good size handle, and it fits over Christopher's hand. Like so. He can hold it, which is great. It'll probably work a little bit better with the flat-handed Sylvanians. It might wedge under their arm a little bit easier. Then there's this gorgeous lemon tart. This looks delicious. The slices of lemon on there are so detailed, and the glaze part on the top just looks so realistic. Really nice detail on the base as well. Really does look like the proper consistency for a tart crust. Then we have these very, very fancy tongs, and they do open and close. They're quite stiff, which is nice because it means that you can pose them in photos quite easily. And there's gorgeous embossed details on the tong parts. Love those. Then you get 4 each of these jam cookies and 4 each of these Florentines. The jam cookies look very yummy. They look like something called Jammy Dodgers here in the UK, or jam creams. The jam in the middle has a really nice shiny consistency, and then the biscuit part is nicely detailed. Same with the Florentine, it looks very realistic. I just love how well Re-ment do food. 3 boxes left, so this is box number 6, and it should be this one here, the Charlotte cake. This one comes with a cute pot of jam. We've got a box to fold for this one, looks like some fruit tea, and then we've got all the pricing sheets as well. So we've got a sticker to apply as well. And here's the pieces for this one out of the plastic. I do seem to be missing a piece that should connect into this to make an ice cream glass. I have to watch the footage back. I'm not sure whether it wasn't in there or I've misplaced it somewhere. Let's have a look at that after. Never had that happen with a Re-ment before though, but here is the ice cream. Looks very nice and realistic. I'm sure I've got other cups around that I can put that in if I have not got the piece that connects with this piece. Here's the little jar of raspberry jam. I've already popped the sticker on. I love this glass. It looks very realistic. It's even got the ridging around the bottom like a real glass. Lovely metallic lid and looks very realistic. Got another of the gold plates, this time another square one, and it comes with this slice of orange cake. I think in Japan this is called roll cake. In the UK we tend to call it Swiss roll. Got lovely orange segments in there. Orange slices on top and a cute little flower and leaf detailing. Lovely. Here's the big cake from this one. So this is the Charlotte cake. I love the green colour on the top. Love the powdered sugar and the ribbon around it. It just looks super realistic, as has most of the other food. There's a little plastic spoon, presumably for the ice cream. And also this cake display case. Pretty simple, but I think it's effective. I do think we have some nicer ones in the Sylvanian range though, but it does fit the cake in it perfectly. Box number 7. And this should be our other counterpiece. The pudding. Here's the booklet for this one. Got some more price tags. Looks like we've got a points card, a little business card, and maybe a napkin. So here's these pieces out of the plastic. Again, the counter seems to be the main piece. So it's slightly different to the other one. It's still got the same cute embossing and wood detail around the bottom, but it's only got the one shelf, and it's also slightly shorter than the other one. These will look nice together. Maybe this one is more appropriate for Christopher to stand behind. You can definitely see over this one a lot easier. This set also came with another foldable box. Another of the gold trays. A caramel pudding. The caramel on there looks super realistic. Comes in this cute glass container. There's a little plastic spoon to eat the pudding with. This is a different mould to the one we saw earlier, which is cool. And it also comes with a cream puff. The pastry on this looks super realistic, as does the cream. And last but not least, the final box, number 8. And this should be the assorted cookie tin and Yule log set. Yep, so here's the leaflet for this one. Here it looks like we've got another of the napkins. This must be the cookie list to go inside the tin, and some more pricing cards. So we've got a box and a bag in this one. Need to fold up that box. And then there's the cookie tin. Wow, lots of little pieces in this one. And here's the items from the final set. So there's this carrier bag. You can see that is a little bit big for the Sylvanians. Christopher can't even hold it, the handles are so big. Could be quite good as like a Deliveroo kind of Uber Eats bag maybe instead, like it's on the back of a moped. Another of the foldable boxes. This one's just a little bit bigger than the one we saw earlier. This beautiful pot of honey. I absolutely love this. Again, it's got the ridging on the bottom of the jar that just looks so realistic. I love the top as well. This really does look like honey, and it's perfect for Sylvania. Then this beautiful Yule log. I love the Santa detail and the holly. Just the Yule log itself looks absolutely delicious as well. Yule log is one of my favorite cakes. Every Christmas we always make sure we get a very nice Yule log. So this looks delicious. And then the kind of main piece for this one, I think, is this biscuit tin. So if I take the biscuits out for a minute, and we'll take a look at the tin. The detailing on this is lovely. It's got cream and gold, and then the inner is all gold. Really looks very realistic to how these kinds of tins do look. And then the design on the top is very squirrel centric again. Love that. Lid fits on snugly. Then inside there's this solid piece with the biscuits stacked up. So you can see there's multiple stacks of the different types of biscuits all around. And that just fits nicely into the tin, so you're not scrambling around losing all these little pieces. But it does also come with 3 of the biscuits as individuals. So we've got the squirrel, the kind of berry branch, and also the leaf. And these then, it's going to be fiddly on camera probably, but they fit into their respective parts of the tin to fill it up to capacity. So there are some loose pieces in there if you wanted to have a scene with them maybe on a plate or something like that. And then the lid fits on perfectly. Love this piece. This is great. My Sylvanians spend a lot of time eating biscuits, so this is going to be ideal. And that brings us to the end of the unboxing portion. Now this is obviously all in a big old jumble. What I'll do now is set it up all nicely and we can take a look at it when it's not all a mess. And here's it all nicely set up. As always with Re-ment, there wasn't quite room for everything, so there's some bits over there that haven't been used, mostly paper pieces and boxes, but I didn't want to cram it in too much, and I also didn't want to use additional furniture yet, as I wanted to show you what you could do just with what comes in the box. I did fold up this little piece from the box to make the additional piece of furniture, so this is just cardboard, but I think it still looks pretty effective. We'll just take you in for a closer look. So you can see the cakes and all the little paper signs. I think they look really effective with the prices on. And that's all for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed taking a closer look at this Re-ment set with me. I think it's absolutely perfect for Sylvania. Fits the theme really, really well, and the scale looks really good as well. Let me know in the comments if you have this set or if you're planning to get it, or what your favourite item from the set was. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.